Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, everybody. Where is everybody tonight? Come on in, everybody. Where is everybody? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on board, come on board. It's Married, Let's Play. We are here tonight. Married, Let's Play. Putting the love and affection you want back into your marriage. Come on board, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Where's everybody? Not sure if I'm going to have anybody come on tonight. I hope so. I want to make a connection with you guys tonight. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. I know it's a Monday night. It's kind of hard for people to get in. Come on, everybody. I'm going to give you a few more minutes to come on in. Come on, everybody. I'll give a few more minutes for some folks to come on in. If you don't come on in, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and share on tonight. First up, let me just remind everybody that I am going to be starting the Becoming His Secret Obsession 10-week course starting on next week. And I'd love to have more of you all join me in that course. So please hit me up in my private message if you're interested. I do have a few more slots available. And so if you are excited and interested in being a part of that course, I'm going to please encourage you to do so. Now, let me just say this up front. For those of you who may listen to this later, if you absolutely have gotten anything out of the video sessions that I've been sharing, if you have learned anything, gained anything, heard something that made you think a little bit differently, something that has caused your mind to open up a little bit differently, or even see your husband from a different perspective, I want you to think for a few moments. What exactly will that do for my marriage? What is that doing for my marriage? If I absolutely do nothing and I leave my marriage the way it is, what will it cost me down the road? Could it possibly cost me losing my marriage? Could it cost me us not having the best marriage we could have? Could it cost me still having unfulfillment in my marriage? Could it cost me still being sexually unfulfilled? Could it cost me still not yet reaching the maximum that we can reach in our marriage? Could it still cost me a lot of still not being able to find the balance, not being able to find my place of adjustment? Could it still cost me conflict that's unnecessary in my marriage? Or could it be that if I take this course and I take this 10-week journey, that it could absolutely change my mind, change the way I see my husband, change the way I do things, and change the course of my marriage? Could it be that taking this course, hi Cheryl, taking this course, that it absolutely could change the way I do things? change the course of my marriage. So if I don't do anything for the next 10 or so weeks or months or whatever of my marriage, if I do absolutely nothing, will my marriage change? Or could it be, if I take this 10-week course, could it be that there will be some things that might be shared that would absolutely change the course of my marriage? Change the course of my perspective about my husband? If there is the slightest bit of chance that things can change, just by the mere fact that I've been offering these videos, these mini sessions, then I'm going to say to you, you need to join my 10-week course. You don't need to wait. This is going to be a phenomenal course. I promise you. I'm putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into preparing this course for you. So if you have not reached out to me, you have not given the green thumb that you want to be a part of this course, I'm going to say you need to do it, and you need to do it very quickly. The course is going to start on Monday, and I don't want any of you all to miss it. I do have a few slots available, but I want you to join this course. You're not going to regret it. As a matter of fact, your husband, your spouse, is going to thank you that you did it. And you're going to thank yourself that you made the investment into your life. We make a lot of investments, ladies. Black Friday was just past Friday. And many of us went out and spent a lot of money on things that are going to perish and that are going to go away. But I'm talking about you making an investment in something that will last you a lifetime. Something that's going to it's going to turn your life around. So what's important? Turning my life around, that my marriage is all that it can be, or the few moments of that pair of shoes, or the few moments of those gifts that I bought for Christmas, or investing in my marriage that will change my marriage for a long time. All right? So reach out to me. Make sure that you hit me up so we can get you on board for the course. It's going to start December 5th. There's a lot that I've got laid out and prepared for you all. And I'm so excited about what you're going to experience, what you're going to get, just the wonderful experience you're going to have just with the transformation it's going to take in you. All right? So that's enough about the course. Again, it's Becoming His Secret Obsession. Going to start next week, 10 weeks long. It's going to be exciting. You don't want to miss it. All right. So tonight, my theme that we're talking about tonight is what's wrong with me. I'm wondering if you've ever asked yourself that question. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me as it relates to me, my intimacy with my spouse? What's wrong with me as it relates to me having the desire? What's wrong with me as it relates to me being in the mood, not being in the mood? What's wrong with me as it relates to me even being alive or acting alive or being active during intimacy? Right. Okay, thumbs up, ladies. Come on, give me some thumbs ups and some hearts. This is important. I know that we all have found ourselves there. After all day long, after having experienced a lot of things that happen to us all throughout the day, sometimes it's difficult to have our mind to shift to be where our husband is or where our spouse is. It's difficult. Their minds are constantly, always on sex, on intimacy. Funny thing is, my husband and I were talking just the other night, and I was getting some ideas from him in terms of things that I'm going to add in the course. And one of the things he said to me, he said, men are driven by their jobs and by their sexual relationship that they have with their spouse or their significant other. The ability for them to provide for you and the ability for them to be with you is what drives them. And I thought, wow, that's amazing, because that's two things. But what drives us as women? Usually it's not sex and it's not our jobs. Usually it's our children. Usually it's our emotional state. Usually it's what's going on with our family. Usually it's what's going on all around us, and maybe make it be a good friend. It could be an extended family member, brother or sister. It could be a lot of things that drive us emotionally. But for men, it's only two things. And so what's wrong with me that I don't feel connected to him sometimes? What's wrong with me that sometimes I just don't feel it? I just don't have it. What is wrong? I know you've asked that question because I asked that question myself. What is going on with me that I don't want to be with my husband? What's wrong with me that I don't want him to even touch me, come near me, don't even breathe in my direction? Right? We've all have been there. We all have asked that question. All of us have said that to ourselves. And sometimes we feel very bad afterwards. And sometimes we don't feel bad at all. Sometimes we feel validated. Why? Because of maybe something that he's done in the past. Maybe something that he said. Maybe something that he didn't do that we wanted him to do. And many times what happens as women is we take it out on our spouse. We take it out on how we feel emotionally if we're disconnected. So sometimes what happens is because we are feeling a disconnect with them, and because emotionally we've gone through some stuff throughout that day, whether it was something on my job, whether it's something that I experienced from a phone call from a family member, it can be a number of things that can shut me down emotionally. Men are not driven by their emotions. They're driven by the lower part of their bodies. Women connect sexually with their husbands by what's in their mind, what they're thinking about. Have you ever been, and I'm just being real with you ladies now, have you ever been in the midst of an intimate situation with your husband and your mind just drifted off into the bills? Your mind drifted off to something that you got to do. Your mind drifted off into a world of other things. Come on, thumbs up, hearts, let me know where you are. If your mind has shifted off to a whole nother place, that's an indication that that thing that caused your mind to go out is more emotionally, you're more emotionally attached to it than you are your spouse at that moment. Yeah. So I'm saying this to say this. When we're emotionally disconnected, it's very difficult for us to be in the moment with them. Think about those moments when you were emotionally connected. You were emotionally there. You were in the moment. It was probably the best or one of the best experiences that you've had with your husband. This is one of those experiences where you can show enough say, you know, I was there and that was good. That was great. Okay? But then there are moments when you're not there. When you get up and you leave away from, you walk away and say, wow, I didn't get anything. Well, you didn't get anything because you weren't connected. You weren't there. You allowed your mind to go off somewhere else. So we have to drive our mind. We have to focus our mind in on where we are. So how do I get here? I've come home from work. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've had a hard day. I've had to cook. I've had to clean. I've had to wash clothes. I've had to do all these things. We go through all of these hermeneutics of things we have to do. And I've got these children. I got to put the children in the bed. He's sitting up here on the couch. He's watching TV. He's not doing a thing. Yeah, we've all been there. Come on, thumbs up, hearts, let me know. We've all been there. And then all he wants to do is finish eating, get in the income, straight to the bed, and he's ready. And I'm supposed to be ready. How do I get ready? What is wrong with me that I'm just not ready like that? Well, it's our emotional state. We're frustrated. When you're frustrated, you're not there. When you're upset, you're not there. When you're angry, you're not there. When you are disappointed that he didn't help you, you're not there. So here again, I'm talking about where we are. We have to be self-aware. And here's where we start saying things we shouldn't say. He wants to, and you're like, get away from me. You got to be kidding. Not tonight. Turn over. Take a shower. Go do something else because this is not going to happen. We say ugly stuff. You got to be kidding. Take that somewhere else. Right? We shut them down. We send the signals of rejection. So what do? They go away. Some may talk back. Some may say, what do you mean? Some may come back at you. Some may not say a word. Some may walk away with this sense of rejection. At the end of the day, what are we doing? We're not portraying or putting out there what needs to be put out there so that they can be fulfilled, and we can too. So at the end of the day, we have to emotionally and mentally connect. Why aren't we connecting? What's driving my disconnect? Well, it's all those things I mentioned before. I'm not connected because I had to come home from work and I had to go straight in and start cooking and cleaning. So here's what I've done for my husband. I've communicated to him what gets me ready and puts me in the mood. Some of you all may have to do this a little longer. And I had to do it over and over and over until he got it. And then I had to demonstrate what I wanted. So I had to tell him, honey, if you could just wash the dishes. Honey, if you could make sure the boys are getting their baths and getting in the bed. That would take a weight off of me. I can take my shower. I can wind down. And then I can be ready. Would you rather me to be there or not to be there? Would you rather me lay there and let you do your business like the mister? Or would you rather me to participate? I clearly put it out there. Then he can say, well, I can help you do that. Okay, cool. If you get the boys, just make sure their baths are done and get them in the bed. That helps me tremendously. Sometimes I'll even tell my husband, you know what? I need a getaway. I'm going to go in my room. I need to shut the door. I'm going to take a bath or a shower. I need to be away from everybody because mentally I'm not here. And I can see you in the mood and I'm not, but I need to get there if I'm going to even be able to participate later. I talked to you guys about the nap. The nap is important. I would tell him clearly, I need to go take a nap because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't feel well. I want to participate with you, but I am tired. My husband is very understanding. I have a really good husband. I thank God for him. But he's one of those kind of guys, he'll say, you know what? If you're tired, that's okay. You go ahead and go to sleep. I'll catch you another day. That's not all men. I have a good one. I have a good one that is not overbearing and overpowering as it relates to our sexual relationship, our intimacy. He is very understanding. And sometimes I've said to him, you've been too understanding. Because I've crawled into bed and rolled over on many occasions when he probably was laying over there about to go into a conniption. Because I'm going to sleep. And he's so kind and so nice and he'd let me go ahead and go to sleep. But what I'm saying to you ladies is we have to pull our minds in. We got to talk to our husbands. Before we come into the house after we've gone from work, you don't bring your work home. Try your best not to. Try to leave work at work. Take off that suit. One of the things I do when I come home is if my children are done, everybody's taken care of, I come home. I take a shower to wash off all of the day's stuff off of me. To cleanse myself of everything that happened throughout the day because I want my mind won't be messed up. I don't come right in and start talking and fussing about what somebody did and said on my job. That's not sexy. Men can't handle it anyway. They don't know what to say. And then what they do say, you don't want to hear it, and it's frustrating because now you're like, I didn't ask you to help me solve it. I just really wanted you to listen. But they're going to try to offer you something because that's what they do. They're solvers. They're fixers. So sexually, what's wrong with me? It's really not that your body is not ready. Because we use excuses. Oh, I got a headache. But how do you know your head can be hurting, but your vagina part is nothing wrong with it? I told y'all I was gonna be raw and real. I don't know what else to do but be real. Okay? Right? We say, oh, my back is hurting. Okay, I get the back hurting. But if my head is hurting, come on now. Take you an aspirin, get you an ibuprofen, take you a whatever you need to take. Lay down so your head can stop hurting, especially if you haven't been with your husband in 2-3 days. They can't go longer than 2-3 days, guys. I'm telling you. Right? Then you start throwing frustration. If you ever notice when it's gone too long and he gets frustrated, he starts he's so irritable and he's fussy and you can't say anything right, can't do anything right. You ever been there? Come on, thumbs up, hearts, something, say something. If you've ever been there, that means your husband is frustrated because he's balled up, he's locked up, and what's inside of him needs to come out. And he can't get it released because you are not participating. One of the things I've also had to do, and I'm just going to give you a couple more tips. I'm going to talk a whole lot more about this in my course because it's things that we as women do. Men want to be chased as well. And when I say chased, meaning there are times that they want us to approach them or reach for them first. It makes them feel wanted. Men are never going to tell you that they want to feel wanted. But that's the bottom line. They want to feel wanted as well. We want to feel wanted. That's why on Valentine's Day, we are waiting on them to lay it out. We're waiting on them to lay out the roses, waiting on them to lay out, the cards and the gifts and show us how much they love us on Valentine's Day, Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries. But how do you know men want you to reach for them too? Men want you to shower them as well. Men want you to put your arms around them. Some of the things I do just on a random. My husband can be standing in the kitchen, and he's one of those wash dishes kind of guys. He don't like dishes in the sink, and I'm thankful that he doesn't because the dishes are going to be okay. I'll get to them in a minute. But he's like, I don't want them in the sink. Okay, cool. He's going to do the dishes. But while he's doing the dishes or while he's doing something in the kitchen, I may walk up behind him and just put my arms around him. One of the things he'll say, okay, girl, what you want? And I'm just like, I'm giving you a hug. And he's like, okay, girl, now you know you can't be, you know. But that's letting him know that I'm trying to connect. That's letting him know that I'm connecting with him. So our emotional state, where we are coming home from work, where we are when we get home, where we are with all the things we have to do. See, delegating. I got a 14-year-old in my house. So now I'm delegating duties. All right? Put the dishes in the dishwasher. Turn the dishwasher on. Take your baths. Put your clothes in the laundry. Certain things that they already know to do. Certain times they know they're supposed to be in the bed. And so emotionally, we have to stay connected. I got to get my mind right, because if my mind is not there mentally, I'm not going to want to connect with you when it's time to get into bed. I disconnect when my mind is not there. So if my mind is wandering off on other things while we're in the midst of intimacy, that means that thing has more control or has more power or is more controlling of me at this very moment. Therefore, I don't get fulfillment. He gets his, but I don't get my fulfillment. So I get up from the bed feeling unfulfilled. And I am a 100% proponent of you getting yours too. And I'll talk about this in my course. There's things you got to know your body. You got to know when the pleasure point has been hit. You got to know when that point has reached that place. If you don't know that, you can't tell him that. So, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. There's really nothing wrong with you. Some of us may have some more medical things that go on that keep us from really having a high sex drive. Most women don't have a high sex drive. But I can tell you that the older that you get, the more your drive does increase. And his starts to level out a little bit. Then sometimes not. It just depends on the individual. But what I can tell you is that there's nothing wrong with you. But your emotional state, where you are emotionally, will drive where you are in the bedroom. It'll drive whether or not you participate or whether you become like Seeley and let the mister do his business. What I hope is that you don't become like Seeley and let the mister do his business, but that you become a participant. That when you get up, when you leave from that, you can say, wow, that was amazing. You want those amazing moments. You want to create those unforgettable, breathtaking moments. You want to create those moments when you walk away, when you guys get up from that experience that you say, my God. All right? Thumbs up, hearts. Come on, give it to me. I know. This is real talk. This is real talk. This is real. This is what people don't talk about. This is what is hush hush. This is what we close down and we keep really quiet. Because as women, we walk away from most we walk away from most of our sexual encounters very unfulfilled. And what I want to help you do is walk away fulfilled. Putting your babies to bed at a certain time so you can take a short nap or so that you can rest yourself before actually jumping to bed is important. You gotta know yourself, right? Your babies can't stay up to 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. You need rest too in between. So I make it my goal to get my children in the bed. I get it also. Let me throw something else out here. I get it also. We want our children to be asleep. Some of us are not that kind of woman that, my children can be up in another room and we can be going forward in another room. That's not me. I need my children to be gone, sleep, knocked out. No waking. No waking. You understand? So I make sure my children are asleep. I make sure there are certain things that I do to prepare prepare myself so that I can be free in my mind and free to be with my husband. You understand? Oh, and then also, okay, here's one more. I got to shut it down because y'all trying to get too much out of me. And I'm not gonna, I got to give this stuff to you in the class. I want you to come to this class now. Please join this course. I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. It's going to be the best thing for you. But some of the other things I do is I encourage my husband now. Let's take a Saturday. Let's take a Friday. Not really a Saturday, but Fridays or some weekend. And let's do a getaway, even if it's just an overnight. So we can have freedom. Because sometimes we feel restrained when our kids are in the house. We feel restrained, not knowing if our kids are awake or asleep. No. I get it. I get it, y'all. Come on, hearts, thumbs up, something. Say something to me. Talk to me. So I just want to be real with you. So what's wrong with me? Ladies, really, there's nothing wrong with you. But there are lots of things that inhibit us. Things that inhibit us have to do with how we see previous experiences with our husbands, how things have hurt us, what they've said to us, what maybe they've done that we haven't fully let go of and forgiven. I talked about forgiveness not too long ago. But all those things play a big part in what we do. I like to keep it real and keep it fun. There's so many things that we can do. You can learn to do a lot even before you even get to that point. So there's something I'm going to be teaching in our course. It's going to talk about that. It starts early in the morning. It starts in the kitchen. It starts all throughout the day. It goes all throughout the day. Okay? So I like to see you guys there. I got a few more slots for this class. Please reach out to me. All right? Please reach out so you can get a part of this class. It's going to start December the 5th. 10 weeks. 10 weeks. And I promise you it will be the best investment of your life. It'll be the best investment for 10 weeks of what you're going to get out of this course. You will not regret any day or any moment that you're with me. That is my promise to you, that I'm going to make sure that what you get out of this course will be everything that you need. Not everything will you be able to apply, but there'll be lots that you can take away. Okay? Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Yes, I love to be real. That's the only way I know to be is real. I just know I have taken much effort in not wearing masks with you ladies, because that's one of the things we do as women. We wear a mask, and sometimes our mask is so tight it becomes our face. And so when we take our mask off, we take off our hats that we wear with other people, and we be real with one another, we'll find out exactly where we are. And the realness is sometimes we think it's something wrong with us because we don't have the same drive as our husbands. So no, you're not going to have the same drive. No, you're not going to be on the same page with him all the time. But you should be there more times than not. Because the images that men see, the images that men have to deal with out there in the streets, on the TV, and you see them in between the football games, it's image after image after image. And if you're not the image in their head, and those images are playing more of an effect on them, then it drives them to make decisions and do things that they regret later. And I don't want any of you all to experience that. Okay? So I'm excited. I hope you guys got something out of this tonight. I really was thinking of some things I wanted to share, but this just kept coming back to my mind. And so I wanted to stay with this one because I think this is important for us to talk about. So if you got some comments, some things you want to say about this, I hope that you got something out of it. Please hit me up in my messenger or even after this video is over and just make some comments about what I shared. If you've heard anything or learned anything, I thank you guys so much for coming on. Thanks, Cheryl, for being on. Thank you, Mattia. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you, Shatara. I appreciate you guys being on the call, on this line tonight and seeing this video. Tell your friends. They need to become a part of Married Let's Play. Tell your friends to be a part of the group. Tell your friends of some of the videos that I've shared. Even if you still have my video, my story, still send my story out. I want more people to hear about it. I want more people to get it. Okay? So I'm telling you, as we move forward, we're going to continue. But listen to this, the rest of this. For those who hate Tanya, for those who are coming on, we'll get ready to close out. If you'll listen to the rest of this, again, nothing's wrong with you. Your emotional state of where you are is what drives you intimately. And so to be effective and to be connected to him in the bedroom has everything to do with where you are mentally and emotionally. So I encourage you ladies to finish listening to this video. Share my video with your friends. Tell them they need to be a part of Married Let's Play. All right, ladies? I want to hear from you guys who are going to be a part of the group, of the course. 10 weeks. We're going to be there. 10 weeks. We're excited. Cheryl, I'm so excited you're going to be a part of the course. It's going to be awesome. You're not going to regret it, darling. And so come on, join me, ladies. All right? Tanya, I'm getting ready to go, but listen to this video. I think it'll be good. You'll have some stuff you'll need to share with me. I'm sure it'll be a blessing to you. And you'll probably give me some pointers as we talk about this topic. So love you, ladies. You guys take care. All right, Nikki, we'll see you. Love you guys.